Okay, turtle position, escape 2. For this position, they have to explain the concept first of the bate e volta. It means hit and return, right? The translation from Portuguese. Because that's exactly what happened. You have to throw your hip, hit your foot there, and then return, okay? So in order to start to get the concept of that, I need to understand the tipping point concept here, relation to my shoulder to my hip, okay? If my tipping point is way farther forward than my hip, Steve gonna have a good chance of control my hip back, okay? So if he holds my belt here, and I get my tipping point far away there, he's gonna pull me back, and he can easily control me there, right? It's hard for me to do somersault over my shoulder. But if I bring my tipping point right underneath, right, my hip, get it as close as possible here to my hip, now, all of a sudden, my hip becomes way too heavy for you to control and hold, right? Be like a slingshot there, your hip become like that. You throw it forward, it's very hard for me to hold forward, right? So, again, he hold on my belt. If I go far forward, he can hold me back. But I go under, and he can swing back to that. And how I bring my tipping point close? Just bringing my shoulder, like if I want to grab somebody's hand there, behind me, somebody's pulling my hand back, okay? Always the arm that's closest to where I'm gonna rotate. So I look away from the position of my shoulder going deep, 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 deep. I always leave that foot there so I can swing back to guard. That leg has to go far enough so Steve don't control that leg, right? So he can't stop that one there from swinging back to guard. An exercise that I usually do for that is to keep his hand up there, and I have to do that exercise without touching his hand. So I go in, keep my foot there, and swing over the other side without touching his hand. Now on to the technique. So Steve is in angle, right? And he don't quite have all his weight on top of that. This is a reaction, it's a little bit fast. I can't wait for too long. So as he comes to control me down, go on. So as he's coming towards my hip, they're not up high on my chest. Just towards my hip and to do the control. Okay, go on and low. Sometimes you require me to bring my shoulder, shrink my shoulder, like hopping my shoulder in. If he has a little bit more weight there, look. I have to keep bringing my shoulder in forward to force my hip to tip over the point of my shoulder. Okay? So that's the idea of the bate e volta there. And it does help a lot in the defense of turtle position and many others as well. And it's also a good skill to have for some attacks. All right?